My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. Let's just do the daily. Let's just get that daily done. This is the daily for the 18th of June, 2018. It is a certain future daily, with low score as well. Yikes. There's also lethality. You start each combat with +3 strength, and so do your enemies, as well as all-star. You start with 5 colorless cards. This could be a problem. I mean, look how low the scores are. Like, these are the scores you expect to get with a deck that was only concerned with trying to keep itself alive rather than going for a particularly high score. So I'm a little worried that maybe it's a difficult run. Dramatic Entrance is handy, right? Attack innate, deal 6 damage to all enemies exhaust. That's going to be 9 damage to all enemies exhaust. Enlightenment's probably not going to be extremely effective unless we get like a Meteor Strike in this deck. Dark Shackles, enemy loses 9 strength for the rest of the turn. Thinking ahead, that's going to help us set up Enlightenment at least. Okay, if we go Thin Deck plus Meteor Strike, we could do some stuff. Wow. This is all garbage and I hate it. Okay. Yikes. And we'll murder the enemy. By the way, it has since been confirmed in the patch notes that the fact that there was endless mode on a daily that we played recently was a bug. I appreciate that because an endless daily would be grueling as hell and I wouldn't be really into it. I'm incentivized to take Ball Lightning here. I mean, it's an attack card. It's going to help me get a little bit more aggressive. Going to help me. I mean, you kind of have to be aggressive with a lethality modifier because if you're not taking advantage, your enemies... If you're not taking advantage of all of the attack damage that it gives you, your enemies are, right? So you can't... Well, I mean, you can't. You are less incentivized to play defensively. Because if you do so, it's harder to get to a defensive equilibrium with your enemies because they're stronger. The thing that would dissuade me from taking Ball Lightning here is there's 2 ways to take this deck. Make it a 0-cost build, and then allow myself to pull Zap, Dual Cast, and any of these that are unused or don't exhaust back into my hand. Or to use Enlightenment to make this a Meteor Strike build. And both of those builds need to be relatively thin and not include Ball Lightning. Enlightenment does nothing right now, so there's no reason to upgrade it. I want to upgrade the Dramatic Entrance, to be honest. I know it's only 2 extra damage, but AoE fights on the first floor are really potently annoying. So having 11 damage AoE at the very start of each turn is going to be really good for us. Okay. Hologram allows us to bring back our 0 costs. That said, we're going to be playing Dramatic Entrance super early. Like, if it brings back Finesse, I'm paying 1 energy for... Assuming the hologram is upgraded because it's a priority upgrade, right? I'm paying 1 energy for 7 block and draw a card, effectively. So that basically makes it like a less reliable Shrug It Off. I'm not going to take it. Excellent. This is exactly the kind of reason why I wanted to upgrade the Dramatic as early as I possibly could. It has to be none of them, right? Still? Yeah. None of them synergize with the aggression that we need to put out. Or with our deck as it currently stands. Okay, hitting anyone except for this last would be awesome. Awesome! I mean, we're still going to take 3 damage, which is just testament to how freaking frustrating these fights can be. We'll take a Beam Cell, definitely. Rip and Tear was also a really good option, but Beam Cell is going to give us the ability to apply vulnerability to our enemies to increase the bonus that we're getting from lethality. This is another fight that is particularly important in why I wanted to get Dramatic Entrance. I mean, I prevent 8 damage by killing the frontliner rather than preventing 5 by blocking. Awesome. Doom and Gloom versus Reprogram and Equilibrium. If we already had an all for one, I would take the Reprogram. I mean, maybe if we even had... Maybe I'd also take it if we had already Ryan Brain work. No, I've forgotten it. What else is... Alright, now here, in the Bonfire Spirits, if I offer a rare card, so either Thinking Ahead or Enlightenment, I get 10 max HP as well as I get fully healed, which is really appealing. The thing is, if I offer Enlightenment, I can't go for the Meteor Strike build I was trying to go for. If I offer Thinking Ahead, I also have less of a chance to go for that Enlightenment, right? Think of Thinking Ahead as a way to kind of keep my combo pieces together. So I think I'll offer neither. I think, in fact, I'm going to get rid of a normal strike. This is probably a place where a lot of builds differentiated. Tiny chest, gain 30 gold, you're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Come on, Meteor Strike or Sunder. Ouch. We're on a guaranteed path, so it's actually not extremely likely we pick up Omori. Oh, the relationship there is I prioritize question marks as just a part of what I do. And when you prioritize question marks, you get a lot more opportunities to pick up curses. But when there's a certain path map, oftentimes there's not that many question marks on it. Therefore, there's not that many opportunities to pick up curses for a valuable effect. I'll probably take Seek and a card removal here. We do need to start getting damage in this deck. I am very much relying on... I probably should have put Dark Shackles back on top there. I'm very much relying on either Sunder or Meteor Strike turning up. I am probably a little over-reliant on that right now. The deck isn't thin enough to use Claw. It also doesn't even have any return to hand mechanics. Sweeping Beam is a little bit more AoE, and we're going to need some AoE for the next floor, so I've talked myself into the Sweeping Beam here. Especially because this also could have been a Sentinels fight, in which case Sweeping Beam would have been even better. I think I'll finesse before I draw with the Seek, because if it happened to pick up the card I wanted, which was Beam Cell, I would have been able to just chill. As an elite fight, if I can, I would very much like to perfect here. Is there any, like, defense I can do? No. Okay, attack potion's probably less valuable than a fire potion. We will take the Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. Oh, wow. Probably another Seek. Well, there's a Scrape at least. I mean, we have to. So I guess we're going for a zero-cost build rather than a Meteor Strike build. Maybe after this upcoming boss, we'll pivot, but maybe not as well. Cool, we're fully defended, and now we just need to Seek and Scrape. Awesome. Well, I mean, you know, it didn't go as well as I wanted. It was fine. That's more than fine. Reinforced Body is pretty much always a good card, though. It's just like a nice, this hand sucks, give me the next one. Take it. That said, now that I have Scrape in my deck, my upgrades need to be making my Zap and Dual Cost zero cost as soon as it's humanly possible. We'll probably just burn Dark Shackles out of our deck here. Because only 1 in 3 attacks is the enemy even going to be trying to hit me. And I'll also throw a Fire Potion here. I might throw another. Yeah, I will. We'll maintain our perfects here. I mean, if we go beyond perfect, will probably be on the front page for the leaderboard, right? So we've got that to possibly look forward to. Damn, nice hits. All right. Strength potion, gain 2 strength. Handy. There's electrodynamics and hyper beam. I mean, we're not super focused on our... Do we need more AoE? Do I take hyper beam? Because we're not super focused on orbs right now. Like, sure, we have an upgraded zap, but like... Fine. This is actually really unfortunate here. So we've got Fusion Hammer, gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer smith at rest sites. This is a new relic. So is this. Empty Cage. Upon pickup, remove 2 cards from your deck. And then we have the good old trusty White Beast statue. I think I want to remove 2 cards from my deck. I gotta be honest. And now that I have Hyper Beam, I kind of want those 2 cards to be Zap and Dual Cast. Because after I play 1 Hyper Beam, and I'll be rushing to my Hyper Beam, especially with my Seeks on the next floor. After I play 1 Hyper Beam, my Zaps and Dual Casts are... Well, my Zaps are useless unless they evoke another orb. And if I'm in a fight long enough to evoke orbs with only 1 orb generation in my entire deck, there's a problem. And Dual Cast is significantly less useful. I'm going to take Empty Cage. Empty Cage probably needs a buff. I gotta be honest, it feels really underwhelming. If it removed 3 cards? Well, now we're talking about a different matter entirely. Uh-oh. Well, at least I can put 2 of you on the ground. Which, hey, if it's the best I can do, it's the best I can do. Still taking 20 damage in the opening turn. These enemies might need to be changed just with this daily mod in mind, because that might have been where a lot of people died. Scrape first, just in case. Okay, do all of our draw first. It was just in case it picked up Beam Cell, by the way, in case you were wondering. Alright, and then we're just set up for Hyper Beam. Oh! Whoops! I probably should have realized that I was weakened and not hexed there on that first turn. Overclock versus Defragment versus Steam Barrier. I can take a single Steam Barrier. I mean, it's upgraded as well. Not bad. That would be our second claw. Still probably not worth it. I think I actually want to remove a strike and then pick up a sweeping beam. Get some more AoE in the deck again. I mean, because it's also worth noting that AoE attacks are benefiting as many times as there are enemies from the extra strength. Okay, you finesse before you think ahead. Awesome. We definitely need to upgrade Hyper Beam as soon as is humanly possible. Ooh. I have to take a go for the eyes. Works with the 0 cost element of the build. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. This is going to be a lot of damage. I'm going to Gambler's Brew 3 of my cards away. Not the dramatic, though. I may actually just kill the backliner here. All right. There we go. We're fully defended. These upcoming turns are going to be absolutely monstrously bad, though. So, just preparing myself for that. 6x3. Pretty bad. Let's seek out something that has a cost associated with it we do want in our hand, so that then we can scrape safely afterwards. Regen potion, gain 5 regen. Not bad, not bad. Boot sequence for the first turn. I mean, we do need block on our first turn a lot of the time. I mean, it comes pre-upgraded as well. Okay, let's quickly smith that hyper beam. Well, I mean, I can't afford any of those, so even if I don't want them, does it really matter? Let's upgrade Scrape because it is pretty reliable card draw for us right now. Matroshka, the next 2 chests you open contain 2 relics each. Upgrade a card? Hell yeah, we're upgrading a lot of cards here. I think I want to upgrade both of my sweeping beams because the AoE fights only get worse next floor. We just need to kill one of you as soon as we can, right? Well, as soon as we get Hyper Beam, backline's dead. Guess I'm taking Hyper Beam from this hand, right then? Yeah. Okay. Ouch. Oh, thank you for the Dark Shackles. Beautiful. Let's seek out the Scrape. I'll play my 0 cost first, because then I have a chance of just drawing it again. Alright. That could have gone a lot worse. I probably should have used the regen potion at the start of this fight. I didn't even consider it, frankly. That's entirely my fault. If I get a potion at the end of this fight, then that's definitely like a really big whoopsie on my part. Okay, I didn't get a potion. At least I didn't get punished for the thing that I definitely did wrong. Regen potion. Oh, 30 damage in the opening turn. Look at this BS. This is why I especially had to get some weakness in the deck, courtesy of the... I mean, if we take Dark Shackles, we don't really do any damage, though. I think we leave Dark Shackles in the deck. And then just naturally play all of our defensive cards. We'll leave Dark Shackles for another turn. But this is especially why I would have to get weakness in the deck. Alright, think ahead. Awesome. I just wasted a lot of that regen potion because I killed way earlier than I thought I was going to. Damn. This is a huge problem. The guy in the back has double attacks, and I don't have enough vulnerability effects to start to harm, and we just drew a lot of our defensive cards really early. Actually kind of terrified here. Seek out that Hyper Beam. I should have thought that through. For some reason, I was like, oh, I've got the kill here. Definitely. Nope. Cost myself 13 HP. Oh, that's an upgraded claw. If this was... If I'd been clever enough to clock on to making this a claw build from the very start, I'd probably be a much happier man for it. I'm going to use both of my potions here because I know that this fight could just easily murder me to death. And that's not good. Oh, yup. Seek out that Hyper Beam. Definitely give them all hell. And fully protect myself. We've still got the 2 sweeping beams in there. Despite the fact that we're weakened, that should be enough. Perfect. Bag of Marbles. Excellent. This is really big for us. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerability to all enemies, especially based on the fact that we have a dramatic entrance for 11 damage at the very start of every single fight. That means that that's going to be 16 damage AoE for 0 energy at the start of every single fight. That's pretty good. We don't take Rainbow there, especially due to the fact that we have worse focus from the Hyper Beam. I need to rest here. I'm probably dead if I don't. Chill upgraded. Is that good for me? It's not as... I mean... Can I be real with y'all? I think we die. I think we're just dead in this fight. I think the champ is just... The champ has multi-attacks later on, and we do not have a build that is ready to take out the champ after phase 2 sets in. Right? Because we don't have any scaling in this deck. We just have Hyper Beam, effectively. I think we're just dead. And I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think what would prevent me from dying, and none of them would. Like, even Glacier on the right turn is not going to do it. Folks, I think we beefed it. I think we beefed it bad. I think the only way that we have enough scaling with the cards that I've currently seen, I think the only way that we have enough scaling to actually take out the champ on this floor is if we'd picked up claws. If we picked up all 3 claws and removed everything else and took nothing but claws, scrapes, seeks. Oh, bugger. It has to be Beam Cell, because both of these are garbage after I play a single Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam is my win condition. I feel really bad. Ouch. Did we have to? Like, we lost Defend, Sweeping Beam, and Hyper Beam, and then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Most of our deck is 0 costs, so, you know, not really feeling how that went. I'll drink an attack potion here, just to cycle another attack into my deck, see if I can get an advantage somewhere. The enemy already buffed their strength on the first turn as well. Beam Cell. Beam Cell. I think if I use Dark Shackles before the execute turns, I'm basically forfeiting at that point. Let's seek a Scrape, because it can only get me things I am capable of playing this turn. So, because we can't scale up before we transform the enemy, we basically just need to make sure that when we transform the enemy, we're no longer vulnerable. So, I can't start hitting you here, for example. I can't even weaken you because you're not attacking. Yep. So this turn I'm vulnerable. Next turn you would be purging, and then the turn after you would try and attack me again. Beautiful. So this is the turn where I can start getting you below half HP. There we go. I mean, I'll play another defense like I don't know how this ends, but I know how this ends. Let's seek out something with a cost. All right. And here's the execute for, yes, 60 damage. We've got weakness, boot sequence, steam barrier. That is the best I could have defended, save for this final card being Dark Shackles. We're still extraordinarily technically alive. I am... You know what? We won by exactly 1 HP. That was insane. I think it has to be all for one, doesn't it? I think it has to be. As much as I want an Echo Form Hyper Beam would be ridiculous. We have the ability with the 2 Seeks that we have in the deck as well, especially if we upgrade any of them to get the Enlightenment in the hand and make the Echo Form. You know what? Oh, I actually think it is Echo Form now. I've flipped to the other direction. I think it's Echo Form. We never use all of ours, and Plasma is not affected by focus, so nuclear battery is a great idea. Awesome. It's just going to be an energy relic effectively for us with no downside. Okay, we'll finesse, and then go for those eyes. Definitely going to seek for the Hyper Beam here. Awesome. Hologram, especially now that I've kind of started to tend away from the zero cost that I was initially trying to build into here, Hologram is now a much better selection that I should have probably taken when it was offered. Don't take any of those, though. Begin to fall and lose. Oh, wow. Dramatic entrance? I guess? The Seek is super important for the combo. Echo Form is obviously... Yikes. I think there's dramatic entrance. So... Hyper Beam is still... lethal. I mean, it is, but I'm also going to take 5 damage, but I have no way to stop that, so there we go. Okay. Think ahead. There's the Enlightenment and the Hyper Beam in the same hand. But if I put the Enlightenment back on the top of the deck, I can't cast the Sweeping Beam this turn if I do that. Okay, I guess I'm not casting Sweeping Beam. I'll put the boot sequence back on top of the deck for defensive sake. And I also wanted the Enlightenment back in there because if it came in the hand with Seek, I would be able to form the Echo Form that turn. Thankfully, it didn't end up mattering. Okay. There's our Echo Form. I think the extra value from Echo Form, especially when it's compounded with our Hyper... Wow. Especially when it's compounded with our Hyper Beam, is going to be what we kind of desperately need for this build. Okay, first card is double played, Ryan. Remember that. Let's weaken you basically forever. Alright, that'll do. Double play scrape. Get that draw. Excellent. And double play the most offensive thing we can. Perfect. Can't take any of those right now. Transient shouldn't be a problem for us. Right? I guess I just seek and naturally play the Echo Form this turn. I mean, I'm already defended. The Echo Form is going to be extremely important for us as well going on. I mean, like, I can double the Hyper Beam here, but one Hyper Beam plus defend is enough to completely defend me, so I may as well double draw through my deck. Right, because I'm not targeting to kill this enemy. I'm just targeting to try and deal enough damage every turn that the enemy can't really do anything to me. This would weaken the enemy for 3 turns, which is pretty good. Significantly cripples their offense. Yeah, I'll thin out the deck a little. Alright, we've still got Hyper Beam there in the deck. There it is. We'll double play the Hyper Beam this turn. And 54. I mean, we can double play Dark Shackles. Or we can just double play Reinforced Enlightenment. Yeah. There we go. Best of luck hitting me. Liquid bronze as well as barrage. You know what? If I had what's it called? It's like transient something. It gives you a dark. It channels a dark at the start of every single fight. If I had that, we would have 3 orbs at the start of every single fight, and barrage plus would be 9 damage for each channeled orb, but it'd be 27 by itself. It's pretty significant. Steam barrier. No, I think I still have like a reasonably good balance of offense, defense cards in my deck right now. So I don't need to take that. Just get that Echo Form out as soon as we can. I've got to start thinking about this run when in the future I have to consider Echo Form, because this run has definitely shown me a couple of things about Echo Form that I had not previously thought. Number one, in a build with Seek, it is way better because you can choose the right turn on which to play it. It seems trivial in retrospect, but it's a thing that I hadn't thought about before. Steam barrier for the full defense as well, and I even get to put something back on top of my deck. Actually, I'll seek out a beam cell. I'm probably not going to be attacked next turn, so I'm not even going to think ahead. Because the enemy attacked 2 turns in a row with the same attack, so I know that the 3rd turn they're not going to do that. Okay. Play all of the... Damn it! I didn't count my energy correctly. I should have played that defend before any of the rest of them. Not going to make a significant difference because those attacks don't deal that much damage, but still. I mean, I have to double the Hyper Beam. Even though I want to play it at the end of the turn, it's the one that I have to double. And I'll accept some damage this turn. I think I'd taken no damage in this fight so far, so if I manage to keep that up... Oh, no. It looks like I would have managed to keep it up if I'd just been a little bit more dedicated. No! Okay, that is the only sound that we get right now because my voice is destroyed. I was singing Don't Cry For Me Argentina on a dance floor. So, you know, good reason for my voice not to work right now. I don't need to upgrade Echo Form, but these Seeks are actually pretty important because if I can Seek and take like Echo Form and Enlightenment, I can actually play a hand super cheaply. It's Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam, Sweeping Beam? Yep. All right. Another Claw that I wish I'd taken earlier. All right, Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP, as well as a blue candle. Curse cards can now be played, playing a curse when you lose 1 HP and exhaust the card. As you can see, I've still had no curses offered to me, so the earlier pickup of Omamori would have, as I assumed, be incorrect. Would have be incorrect. Yes. You know, it would have been incorrect. The Spire growth is actually kind of... Whoa, that is the first time I've seen the Spire growth actually do anything. Constricted. You're that? You aren't that. There's a different thing that's that. Are you this? Oh. All right. I'm going to seek out the Dark Shackles. It's the only way to prevent myself from taking damage this turn. I didn't know that you were going to give me Constriction. Otherwise, I would have played my Ancient Potion to prevent it. I frankly didn't know Constriction was your thing. Well, damn, you learn a new thing every day. Missing a lot of Hyper Beams here. Not particularly pleased about it. Especially seeing it's my win condition. Speed potion. Ooh, do I take an auto shields? I mean, it's a strong solo defense. Yeah. It's pre-upgraded. 15 block. Lantern, gain energy on the first turn of each combat, as well as a strawberry for raising my max HP by 7. I'm gonna upgrade the other Seek. Another transient? Really? I'll seek for Echo Form Enlightenment. And we'll enlighten and do all of the requisite things. Definitely double up on the scrape. Because effectively, that's just rolling me through my... I'll seek for nothing here, basically. That's just me rolling myself through my deck to get to my next Hyper Beams. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm using Scrape again. There goes the Hyper Beam. Naturally. That's okay, though. Cycling through my deck quickly is working, huh? That, and we are fine. Hell yes. Only got one more turn, and I know I've got Hyper Beam on my next stand. Never mind. Thought I had Hyper Beam on my next stand. That's okay. We can still get Hyper Beam right now. I mean, yeah, match is over. Graded hologram. Turnip, you can no longer become frail. You can no longer become frail. There we go. No longer become frail. It's fine. I mean, a madness hitting one of my hyper beams would be insane. Can I engineer that? Probably, actually. I'm tempted to take madness, hyper beam, and a card removal. Sure. And then in the final fight, what do I think I'll want the most out of these? Artifact actually isn't useful in the final fight. I'll take a block potion. Thorns probably isn't as useful as the second speed potion. Trying to get absolutely ready for the final fight. I could rest here, or I could smith the hyper beam. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna try and be responsible here, and I'm gonna rest. Loop isn't going to do anything, right? Because it's going to double up the effect of an orb that does nothing anymore. Stack. My deck's probably not thick enough to consistently use stack. We also shuffle through our deck really, really quickly. And cool-headed giving me frost, and then frost would do nothing for me. All right. There's the hyper beam in the opening turn. That's really handy. Thank you very much. All right. I'll leave that first one alive because I know I've got like 2 sweeping beams in the deck and I'll play them anyway, so. Ooh, hologram in order to take back what? Probably nothing right now. Well, I just put a 0 cost on top of my deck, right? Scrape and take it for free. I want to auto shields, but the thing is if I auto shields, that Echo Form is gone. But if I finesse first, so I can see if I draw something that will allow me to work with the auto shields. Oh, no. You know what it is? I think it's hologram back the scrape. Yeah, I'm gonna auto shields, hologram back the scrape, play the scrape. It's exact. I was looking for seek, or enlightenment. I got none of them. And I still have none of them. This is so bad. This is extremely bad. I couldn't have assumed that those 3 were going to be the bottom of the deck. Well, there goes our Echo Form. That's really garbage for us. I'm almost inconsolably mad at the moment. I felt like I had to take that gamble, though. I can't use Dark Shackles yet because there's a multi-attack coming up later that will kill us if I don't have Dark Shackles for it. Go for the eyes won't kill, right? It won't. Never mind, it did. Here's the multi-attack. No, multi-attack is the turn after. That's my bad. Well. Drink both of those. Yeah, here's the multi-attack. There's the Dark Shackles as well. Beautiful. Unfortunately, Auto Shields is going to do nothing here. Good. Madness the Hyper Beam, so now we can actually fetch the Hyper Beam back with Scrape. And also hologramming it back is not a garbage thing for us to do anymore. Hologram back the Hyper Beam. Okay. I mean, we're halfway through your HP right now. You're about to start putting the Voids in our deck, and it looks like you're in fact just about to do that right now. I'm gonna Hyper Beam Finesse and see if I get that same Hyper Beam back. I didn't get that same Hyper Beam back, but I did get a Hyper Beam back. So 72, and you're healing by 10 every turn. That's not good. Okay. I'll Auto Shields, then Hologram back the unupgraded Hyper Beam. Use it. Okay, it looks like we are going to live. That said, our score is probably going to be garbage. Yes, 782. Nothing doing in that score. So, I wonder if there was a build that would have had a perfect against all of them. I think when you have the lethality modifier, especially when you have enemies with multi-attacks like the Champ and the Woke Bloke at the very end, that it becomes like extremely difficult, rather, to get beyond perfect, which is perfect all of the bosses. There were only 3 elites offered in the entire run. We perfected one of them. We could have perfected a second one, so I could have easily gotten another 25. We started the game with 2 rare cards in our deck, so I would have had to remove those and then never take another rare card, and I would have been able to get the Pauper modifier, but I don't know if I would have won if I never took a rare card, because those Hyper Beams were our win condition. I guess, like, if it was like a hologram, scrape, claw deck, or maybe if I just went for Highlander, didn't take a second Hyper Beam, didn't take a second Sweeping Beam, didn't take a second Beam Cell, didn't take a second Seek. Actually, that's the way to get an extra 100 and easily shoot yourself up. That was a struggle. A lot of the times, the dailies are more about, you know, how flashily and fancily can you submit to the score formula while winning this run. That one was more, can you win this run? Also, see what score you can get. Because I would be, like, especially with these kinds of scores, I'm thinking there's a lot of people who did not finish this run. Wait, where am I? What? Is it? What? I did it! I swear I did. I got like 758 or something. I mean, like, here. What? Hang on. Let's check our statistics. Run history. 782. Even better. What would I have, in fact, been? 782. 782. Was it 782? I would have been on par with 83rd. So I would have tied 83rd with a lot of people. Yes, it was 782. Okay, so in fact, those people probably did a very, very similar build to me. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.